Before the Battle of the Tang sect in Sichuan took place, 3 out of 4 possible heirs were assassinated. If it were an orthodox sect, that person must be punished no matter who it is. However, because it was the Tang sect, the elders were satisfied and so the battle for the throne officially began. The drama of Tang Jigik is not difficult to recognize, but Tang Chan is too naive. To keep himself safe, he was forced to kill the subordinates in the family. Among the 6 masters, he failed. The son is not completely qualified because he is the illegitimate son of the late homeowner. Although it seems a bit unfair, Tang Chan's own talent has proven it with his actions. Big Brother has tried his best, killing those brothers who were of the same bloodline. How could Tang Chan let such terrible things happen in this family? He was truly moved by his chivalrous actions. Second senior brother. Aren't we the ones who shouldn't have survived this? I will become the homeowner and find a way to live for all of our brothers. That's it, is Tang Jigik's promise, but will he keep it? After removing the unwanted obstacles, the 7th young master went to find Big Brother. I'm sorry, junior brother, because I don't care about what you think. Come to my side and if you become the homeowner, I will reward you with everything. Tang Ji Chul felt that those benefits were not enough, so he immediately wanted to give the 7th brother became the head of the family. This is definitely too late because of all the actions that the eldest son of the Tang sect has committed in the past. When I and mother first came to this place, no one likes us. Moreover, when mother passed away, only second brother Jigik came to visit. I'm sorry because I have my reasons, because the elders always observed my actions. And the subordinates also objected to that decision, not that I did not want to visit you. Tang Chan really wanted to understand because this was the fierceness of the Tang Mon Sichuan. He really wanted to believe his brother, but he thought that his 3rd and 4th brothers were killed by Tang Ji Chul. It sounded a bit strange, so Tang Ji Chul's eyes were extremely excited. He didn't know his brothers. The other brother was dead and the throwing knife was printed straight on him from behind. The last person among the 5 sons of the Tang sect also died. Perhaps this life and death battle has also come to an end. At the last moment, he was still making excuses for his own mistakes. Personally caused it. The main culprit is Tang Jigik. Junior brother doesn't need to worry that this battle is about to end. To be frank, it's already over because Tang Chan originally didn't have enough grounds to fight. Due to an unorthodox bloodline. He seemed very guilty as he watched each senior brother die one by one because of the greed of the second brother. The results were immediately reported to the elders and they seemed very satisfied. Out of the 7 people, only 2 people survived, and of course Tang Jigik had a high chance of becoming the head of the house. One of the elders felt a bit puzzled because of Tang Chan. The 7th young master is still alive. Since his mother comes from a lowly background and has not had an official wedding yet, we cannot be sure that he is a descendant of the Tang sect, so I will decided he was not qualified. Anyway, congratulations on winning the 2nd young master Tang Jigik. Perhaps we will need to appoint you immediately to the position of head of household. Because the heir has been decided, Tang sect can now worry about more important things. There is no specific decision announced, but the elders still make requests for the new head of the family. Although the power of the homeowner is very high, the greater limitation is the great elders. Currently, the influence of the demon religion has spread to the Central Plains. The Tang sect is the hegemon of Sichuan, are forced to protect this land. You should collect the forces under the command of the deceased young masters and let them follow the orders of the Council of Elders. Tang Jigik feels like a puppet. I was controlled, so I refused. Even if I gathered all my remaining subordinates, it wouldn't be enough to make up for what I lost in the battle for inheritance. Power. Do you already think you've become great because you belong to the Council of Elders and become the head of the family? Indeed, this is similar to the demon religion. The Tang sect relies on strength as its foundation. Tang Jigik is still too weak in martial power, so he has been forced to reluctantly listen to them. For hundreds of years it's always like that, and only when he's really strong can he remove the chains. When he returned to Tang Jigik's manor, he was angry. Did those old bastards dare to turn me into their puppet? The space also has the presence of the 7th brother, and Tang Chan himself is also being controlled by the 2nd brother. We thought everything would go smoothly when the senior brother was the head of the house, but a bigger problem was waiting for us. You don't need to worry too much because we already have a plan to do. With the purpose of completely taking power into our hands, Tang Jiguk ignored the family rules. After the meeting when he took office, he held a party and only invited the elders. His intention was to kill everyone so that no one would stop him. You did very well, I commend you for following through. Order quickly, we think we have chosen the right heir. To repay the elder, I have a special gift prepared in advance for you. It seems he has something he wants to bribe. Let's wait and see what it is. Here organs were arranged on the roof and immediately toxic gas began to cover the banquet. The fake door was locked tightly around, making it impossible to see the exit. Poisonous fog is a fairly basic and easy poison. Contact and take effect the fastest. Why do you dare to use poison on the elders? This is really stupid. Everyone is very confident because this poison has no effect at all. But it didn't take too long for everyone to vomit. Some elders realized that this was not poisoned blind bones. Damn, you dared to use poison. Of the forbidden dungeon or something? Tang Jiguk was not afraid to turn over the cards, showing that his ambition is very big. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw the proud elders of the Tang sect lying on the ground. On the floor like bugs. No matter what, we will all end up together forever, so don't do it. I'm not an incompetent person, so there's no need to die with you guys. It turns out he silently took the antidote so he didn't have symptoms like the others. Now because the influence of the demon religion is increasing rapidly, I will take over the family's forces and overcome this crisis. I will make the Tang sect of Sichuan the most powerful family in the world, so you can all die. The dark past of the current Tang sect family is like that. The old council of elders has ended and a new page has opened. That is how Tang Jiguk usurped all the power of the Tang sect in Sichuan and became the true head of the family. He had solved the biggest problem and now there was only one more problem left. After gaining power, the head of the Tang sect forced his seventh brother to drink poison. This is a type of poison of the Tang sect. It has an invisible name that cannot be traced. It was created to be used for the dependent descendants of the family. So that those dependent descendants do not dare to usurp the power of the direct descendants, so don't worry, drink it. This poison will not kill you. It will only make you unable to use your internal strength anymore. Some people still say that you are the one who should become the head of the house, but I am completely wrong. Trust. However, in order for both of you to survive, you must prove that you do not want to become the homeowner. Tang Chan immediately agreed to follow the arrangement because he was tired of watching the scene. Bloody rain and wind. Because in recent years, Tang Jiguk has always been the biggest supporter, there is no need to think. This is the most regretful action in the life of the seventh young master, or in other words, Ryu Yian master. The remaining 5 dead brothers cannot be as dangerous as this last brother. He had to do it so thoroughly because he did not want any more dangers to shake the head's chair. Just as planned, there was no one left in Tang Jiguk's sight. First of all, when the council of elders climbed to the top, they demanded power. Tang Jiguk was forced to give them control of the entire force of the brothers. However, on the surface, it will be as expected, but the hearts of the team members are completely different. The elders did not trace the background of those who swore loyalty to the homeowner. Tang Mon Sichuan will no longer have those elders. But Tang Jiguk's alone. A sinister plot had been planned out by him down to the smallest detail. After faking the assassination, Tang Chan completely trusted his second senior brother. While the boy takes care of Ji Chul, this guy has time to treat the other brothers because it's too simple. The poison is definitely slowly seeping into Tang Chan's body. Tang Jiguk is excited about the bad things that are about to happen to his little brother. The truth is so because the poison has a very quick effect. The strange thing is that Tang Chan's body has these reactions. The reaction was different from that. The medicinal pill received from the second senior brother assimilated into the dantian and spread to all meridians. The internal force from that medicinal pill was so strong and it felt like it would burn everything. Second, the inner strength also became greater by swallowing all the inner strength. After thinking about it, he realized that what the second brother said was not true. According to Tang Jiguk, that was a secret poison that is only passed on to dependent descendants. Tang Chan thought that he should not resist because it was his brother's idea. The boy was convinced that the story of fighting was okay. I'm back, so there's nothing to worry about anymore. Miu Miu is still by her owner's side as usual, because since second brother has become the head of the house, I'm sure no one will scold me anymore if I take care of your house, right? Suddenly the cat squealed as if realizing some danger or oppression. From right behind, an assassin in the house was secretly trying to kill that young master. Power a lot was taken away. Tang Chan didn't have time to feel anything. He quickly looked back and jumped to another place to avoid the plot from becoming unsuccessful. Never before had a stranger come to this place. Who is that person with murderous aura? When he accidentally asked the question, the medicinal pill took effect, causing his internal force to be suppressed. He was not the only one who only blinked a lot. Another member of the assassination team was present. They surrounded the final target that the homeowner wanted to eliminate for fear of affecting the chair he was sitting on. If it was normal, Tang Chan would be very comfortable fighting, but now it's different. You need to think of a way to escape from here to save your life. Boom! A smoke bomb shot out, causing the assassins to lose their vision and not recognize the target. Again, taking advantage of this situation, Tang Chan luckily found a way to retreat from the siege. He ran very quickly towards the back of the family where it was covered by the forest, making it easy to hide. But as if from when he first ate poison, his speed soon slowed down. His vision was reduced even though he tried, but he was unable to continue his escape journey. Bad luck kept coming to Tang Chan. Why did it happen? At a time like this, using internal force when the poison took effect caused chaos in the Dantian, making it difficult to adjust. While thinking like that, dozens of hidden weapons flew from behind. That deadly rain made Tang Chan unable to breathe and got a few more shots in his body. So the seventh young master had to swallow the pain and fainted unconsciously. The pursuit of killing someone who no longer had martial arts. The attack is relatively simple for the assassination team. One guy went to check the body and turned it over to see if it was still breathing. Maybe he was wrong because his martial arts skills were gone, but Tang's willpower was gone. Chan doesn't have any influence. With just that amount of damage, how can he be affected? Tang Chan stood up with quick movements and immediately pulled out the hidden weapon from behind his back. He was the main one. That thing was used to skewer the villain's face. Tell me quickly why you intentionally harmed me and who ordered it. It was unfortunate that he was able to bite the poison in time. Hid in his teeth and died. The information was too confidential and involved many people, so Tang Chan couldn't collect anything. When he didn't know what to do, a few other guys chased him. They fired hidden weapons, but this time they all missed. It's obvious that the person who caused this incident was the current head of the Tang Jigik family. Even though he gave his junior brother poison. But because he was worried about his talent, he was determined to pull out the weeds from the roots. Of course, seventh young master would never let that wretched senior brother achieve his goal. Poor kid, his speed yours used to be as fast as lightning, but now it's so pitiful. As he ran, Tang Chan had to fight quickly and concisely, not as comfortably as before. The people he killed were old acquaintances who had to obey ordered by the homeowner. They have no bad intentions, but due to coercion and threats, of course they will have to do it. Tang Chan's hands are stained with blood. His nature was originally gentle, but now because I had to be brutal. The more I tried to develop my own strength, the Dantian inside was about to crumble. Now I had no place to run, my body couldn't move at will. Coughing continuously. Even though he thought about his brother, Tang Chan still denied it in his mind. But then he appeared. Now you are useless, right? The person he has never dared to be disrespectful and always behaved obediently, yet had the murderous intention of turning his junior brother into a chess piece. A very special moment when Tang Jigik appeared to complete the work that his subordinates could not do. He stands here because of his cautious nature and has taken into account that the assassination team will have difficulty in pursuing the killer. The dark rain and poisonous gas cover a dark space, making it easy to feel death coming. Tang Chan wondered what he had done wrong and why his second brother treated him so cruelly. The force was so strong that it destroyed the entire area where seventh young master stood, crushing the cliff at the edge of the cliff. After the deadly dust and smoke, Tang Jigik leisurely looked at it. He had already confirmed his junior disciple's death, so there was no need to allow his subordinates to search below. It could no longer use its internal power and was hit. If you are poisoned, even heaven cannot save you. Our father said that you are a unique genius in the history of the Tang sect in Sichuan. If so, then who am I? If I live, I will be called the one who defeated the genius. Tang Jigok felt very satisfied because his little brother was finally no longer in the way. And from then on he firmly held the Tang gate in his hands without being stopped by anyone. The sky was still pitch black and from the bushes there was the sound of Tang Chan's panting. Up to this point he still couldn't tell if the dantian was broken or not while entering. The poison is circulated in the meridians. The strength is gone as if death is firmly in hand. In addition, ahead there are many dark shadows searching for something that might belong to them. Second brother's body. There are a lot of whispers. I think it's hiding around. Let's turn over pieces of land. Do they want to come after me? Tang Chan silently thought. Try to lie still, breathe more softly. Suddenly someone screamed and found him, startling him too. It turned out that the hunters went to the mountains to catch rabbits to bring to the street to sell for money to buy rice. Don't talk nonsense. Before we were discovered by senior brother, I hadn't eaten rabbit meat in a long time. So the two of them immediately left to prepare a fire to grill meat and drink wine. Tang Chan sighed and was lucky at the end. The same door to life was not closed to him. But then when he was thinking of a way to go somewhere else, suddenly a person appeared and asked why he was hiding here. The voice was full of weight for him. Seeing that he was also an extremely classy martial artist, Tang Chan was so allergic to that kind of appearance that he tried to retreat into the night and did not forget to respond with hidden weapons. You surprised me. How can you throw this dangerous weapon at once? Did he block my attack with just 2 fingers? It's strange. Quan Yun was still young and in his prime. Is a member of the martial arts sect. He asked Tang Chan again why he was hiding around this area. It sounded like an interrogation, so Tang Chan didn't even bother to respond and just used actions. He continued to temporarily grab a few pebbles nearby to preemptively attack and then find a way out. Quan Yun realized that this style was truly the Tang Mon Sichuan's and could not go wrong. He was lucky. Force then begins to demonstrate the infinite internal power of the martial arts. The sneak attacks are completely neutralized and are gently regulated in Quan Yun's hands. If you're tired, don't keep spinning around. Did something strange that made Tang Chan dizzy. Then he fainted immediately because his dantian was so chaotic that his body couldn't bear it. Just a kid under 20 and already being able to use a killer move is indeed a bit doubtful. Who is the identity of this seriously injured child? So the fate also started from here when the master brought the lost servant from Tang Mon to take care of him. Tang Chan was in a coma and couldn't wake up for 3 days. On the morning of the 4th day, he regained consciousness when he opened his eyes and saw his benefactor. As you said, he was too scared. In front of strangers and the family's obsession, so he only knows how to look in the corner like a wild animal. Everything needs to be guarded from people's actions, so Tang Chan becomes sensitive. You are like a lynx, there's no need to be so cautious. Why did you save me? Tang Chan didn't answer, just asked again. Do we need a reason to save a child who still wants to live? Then thank you, since I was born until now. Tang Chan was very surprised. I don't know what happened to you, but it's a pity. Dan Dean, if you can't recover, and it seems like you don't care about that either. Because you forced yourself to use your internal force, you also lost a huge amount of your true energy. I think your lifetime is also there won't be many more. It seems like you come from Tangmen Sichuan, right? Do you want me to call there so they can come pick me up? Tang Chan was startled and considered himself to have nothing to do with that wretched family member who eats porridge and rocks. According to this kid, he kept reminding when he came to Tang Mon, he was indignant. Quan Yun wondered if it must be for some reason. For now, let's just run for treatment until we are completely cured. We will plan to stay here for a month. From now on until the end of the term, the Lord allowed Tang Chan to stay and live with him and the other brothers. Excuse me, can I know the name of the benefactor who saved me? I am a great swordsman of the Quan Yun sect. From then on we began to be close until now. No longer being cautious, Tang Chan told his background and his events. The master was very sympathetic. Every day the boy observed the martial arts disciples practicing, although he was a bit shy. The great elder gave him permission. He also told the boy there's not much time left. And then the month has ended, so the martial arts team is also preparing to pack up. Today is a pretty special day for Kwon Yoon after coming to his room, by Tang Chan. He didn't see that weak boy going anywhere but found him learning martial arts by himself in the yard. This child's talent is extremely great just by watching others practice. Just by doing it, you can follow it fluently. In martial arts, beginners and longtime practitioners are the same in using Tai Chi. Shallowness and depth are the differences between the techniques. Short-term and the long-term disciples. Tang Chan did not show much of it, but in Kwon Yoon's eyes he recognized. This child uses familiar movements and easily creates postures. In just 1 month. Compared to the disciples in this sect, it took at least half a year or maybe longer due to awareness. Because he was so curious, he proactively went to contemplate as well as testing qualifications. Why do you know the principles of our martial arts Tai Chi? At that time, Tang Chan didn't know what it was, so he just did it if it felt good and the air conditioning didn't work. Immediately tell me the truth that you don't know that stealing the secret martial arts of another sect is a crime. Serious crime or what? The boy cringed and denied he didn't do that, so how did he do it if he didn't steal? Tang Chan sighed and then recounted that it was his benefactor who performed Tai Chi for him the first time he met the animal. What the hell is that? Did he catch me by doing it just once? Kwon Yoon felt mixed between happiness and anger, so he wanted Tang Chan to finish his performance and would judge him. Right after that, the 7th child of Tang Mon Sichuan did not disappoint this person. It not only simply imitates the principles of Tai Chi but also understands the harmony of yin and yang. The boy strengthens the broken dantian by using Tai Chi, which is absurd. That also means having the ability to create an artificial dantian that I have never heard or seen about. Tang Chan is truly a genius child. There is nothing more to say. Kwon Yoon has opened your heart and see this as God's will. You have found your way to survive, follow my energy. With great true energy he infused into Tang Chan's body, help him stabilize. When that warm anger is calming the chaos that damn poison causes every day. Dantian no longer shows signs of cracking but just stays in harmony. Inside. Don't stop the cycle of internal energy inside the dantian. If this continues, the toxins in the body will no longer be able to assimilate into the dantian. Taiji is understood as a high order can perceive with it the transmitted existence. This is the origin of all life in nature. If there is darkness, there will be light and vice versa. Light always radiates from darkness and darkness are always the beginning of light. Just like that, the 7th young master was saved by the master of martial arts and allowed to follow him as a disciple and teach the teachings of life. That good relationship lasted for decades without being shaken. It can be thought that Kwon Yoon swordsman did not consider Master Ryu Yian as a disciple but rather as a confidant. After a few years Kwon Yoon came to inform Tang Chan of extremely important news. He needed to return to martial arts because his children and grandchildren at home wanted this person to become the next sect leader. What did you say that was so strange? Do you still agree with the demonic religion that is operating so horribly? They attack in many places and no force in the Central Plains can stop them. I know that's the case, that's why I refuse to be the head of the martial arts sect. This world is created based on conversations about rules and etiquette. No matter what, if we do not follow these things, we will lose great things. Maybe why that's what the sword master's intentions were and Tang Chan didn't stop him. Unlike him, everything looked normal but the wanderer was a strange place. The big fish swallowed the small fish like them. Don't do that, and behind that curtain they're controlled by selfish desires. The level of greed in a person can cause that person to do barbaric things without hesitation. You also did experience it, right? In every sentence, every word, Master Ryu Yian sees his own image in it. Perhaps the position we feel complacent in now is carrying within us a much darker story because we are the ones who called the devil into this world. Suddenly, in his master's heart, he remembered the memories of the first time the two of them met. If the darkness is stronger, then the light will also shine because of that, right? That was a very accurate answer, so Kwon Yoon laughed out loud because he was so satisfied. So I plan to gather people with the same opinion to fight against demonism and create a new alliance. I want to become a spot of light and eliminate that darkness from this world forever. As you wish, I will follow my master. This is my master's decision. I have a lot of experience, so I can't understand how the world works. But I really want to create that magical, colorful world with you." On that day the Black Frangipani was formed. The city is under the siege of the martial arts master. Returning to reality, Tang's homeowner also has a lot of confidences. "Do you know why I came here to drink?" Tang Su-ha pondered and said, "If it was to comfort the long-lost souls." "Not really, because this is my starting point. This place is also where I left my mark. Foot for a great cause." It sounds terrible, but in reality, Tang Jigok killed all the elders in the family to consolidate power. Cold and cruel, he handled the job quickly. He was right. Is too suitable to be the head of the Tang sect. Tang Su-ha wanted to give the caller an extra leg to pour wine to serve, but Tang Jigok dismissed it because he wanted to remember the deceased. After making 3 or 4 cups, he was satisfied. Ha was so irritated that the homeowner chased him away. Actually, he had already discovered that someone had broken in, so he didn't want to make a scene to ruin the atmosphere. "I don't know who you are, but it's better to leave. Reveal yourself." From the darkness, Master Ryu Yian appeared to face his old half-brother. Tang Jigok did not know this person because in the main battle of ghosts, both of them were familiar with him. Stood by. "What the hell are you doing here? Didn't I tell you that we still haven't received instructions? Is there something wrong here?" Tang Jigok kept saying incomprehensible sentences. He mentioned that person as if Master Ryu Yian was someone he was very familiar with. He must have mistaken him for someone else. "That person. Please tell me who you're talking about. Could it be one of the former members of the Black Flower Giant, right?" Tang Jigok realized that, so he immediately wanted to use a hidden weapon to eliminate Master Ryu Yian. Dozens of poisonous things shot out in succession, causing the master to quickly block it. He used his bare hands to catch him. "Is it really terrible to take my poisoned weapon? I understand that if you easily deal with the Poison King's attack, then you are the Poison Ryu Yian, right? This is the first time I have personally met the hero of that ancient battle. But even so, you are not allowed to penetrate my home's defense system." Master didn't say many words but just wanted to check a few things regardless of the consequences. Without wasting time, the homeowner heard the name Blood Inflammation Uniring, which was floating around. "We also received an order from the Martial Arts Union and is investigating it. I heard that you are a master at the White Martial Arts Hall. Why did you come here, for what?" The reason is very simple. That medicinal pill is similar to Tangmon's invisible poison. It's so accurate that Tang Jigok can only stay silent, unable to find a reason to deny. Only family members know this stuff, so why does he know about that poison? Seeing that uncomfortable expression like he was about to shit his pants, Master Ryu Yian attacked him verbally. "Please answer me if your Tang sect is producing blood inflammation unirings? I don't know how you know about the invisible poison, but it seems like you've lost your mind. Is this an order from the Master of Martial Arts? Sword Venerable Quan Yun has nothing to do with this, and the Black Flower Eagle has also disbanded." According to what the master wanted to tell the homeowner, he himself is investigating independently, but how did he know? Invisible poison? The mask was taken off because I was the one who drank that poison. The skinny face that looked like an addict appeared a long time ago, right, second senior brother. Tang Jigok was startled. "I thought I was drunk and dreamed of a ghost and quickly shouted your name. I narrowly escaped death after being chased by you until I ran away. Master no longer feels hatred, forget about it, brother." Because of what happened in the past, Ryu Yian had the opportunity to meet the Master of Martial Arts to help clear his deadlocked thoughts. He can use his internal power even though he is affected by things. "Is it really impossible for me to drink poison?" He felt surprised but also quite satisfied because poison is a difficult thing to remove. The invisible removal of poison is something only seen in dreams, and the person affected must only death. Tang Jigok realized that the youngest brother in the family is now slowly dying. "I'm surprised how you survived or were able to use your internal strength. There's no way I'll let someone who died in the past come back and ruin my plans." Tang Jigok, already drunk, increased his confidence by 500%, and used his inner strength to kill his junior brother again. He promised that after finishing the job, He would go to Hebei City to ask the master of the martial arts league for the crime of liking to save others. The way to attack is quite experienced, but his opponent right now is not Tang Chan as Ryu Yian. I told the owner it has nothing to do with it. Please tell me how the Tang sect is related to blood inflammation uniring. How can the owner is it okay to talk about this confidential matter? But then he had to frown when his old arm was being squeezed and about to be crushed. With no way to keep himself safe, he had to compromise and agree. As you know, after I took over the Tang sect, our family had already collapsed. Not only was it defeated at the hands of the Na Mi sect of Sichuan, but Tan was also many places above level. After that, the main demon war took place, so all sects or families had to cooperate with each other and fight against the demon sect. To protect the safety of the Central Plains from all of them, we had to shed blood and tears. However, that crisis turned out to be an opportunity for the Tang sect. As the war dragged on, poisons and elixirs were distributed throughout the Central Plains and helped them. I found glory. By chance during the war one saw the demon blood pills of the demon sect and then conducted research. This type of pill is not necessarily unknown to Master Ryu Yian. This is the secret elixir of the demon sect that forces martial artists to open all their meridians and allows them to use energy to the maximum extent in battle. If demon blood pills are produced in large quantities, the entire Central Plains will fall into the hands of the demon sect. I knew it as soon as I saw the pill. If we could combine the demon blood pill and the invisible poison, it would be good. It would bring a huge change to the situation, the current state of martial arts in battle. After success, we created a prototype and scattered it throughout the Central Plains, but did not choose our customers carefully, from martial artists to children and I guess ghosts. The sword is also one of them. There are all the ingredients and among them is Namgung Mae, Ryu Yian's beloved student. Do you know that what you did brought chaos to the Central Plains? Or not? When the master wanted to blame, a lot of poison was smuggled into this place. The location where the two of them were talking was the exact place where the Council of Elders died decades ago. This thing is a new invention of soul-binding yin and yang because I secretly created it. Tang Jigok saw the seventh brother coughing up blood and couldn't bear it and knelt down. His heart was happy. Unless you have an antidote, otherwise, even the poisonous Ryu Yian wouldn't be able to withstand it. What a sinister and calculating person he is, because he knows he won't be able to defeat his junior brother if the duel is even. Your stupid junior should continue living a miserable life as a dead person. Why did you come here today so I could kill you twice? Master felt confused and just wanted second brother to explain the stories of the past. After our parents passed away, you were the one in the family who cared enough to accept me as a member. There must be a reason. Make you hate me and want to harm me like that? Perhaps Ryu Yian was wrong when Tang Jigok felt that whether old or young, this junior brother was too naive. With the 5 deceased brothers he killed, he himself proved to be a very diverse person. Cunning. It's so funny because I hated you from the first sight after meeting. You are that dirty woman brought here by the old man's own will, and that makes me uncomfortable. The reason I let you join the team is because of your talent, and I'm close to you just because I want to take advantage. Before the old father's death, before choosing the successor, an opportunity to give me a second son. To become the head of the Tang family, I must kill all my brothers. Tang Jigok has shown his true nature when he sees his 7 brothers as just one obstacles were in the way, but then he coughed up due to too much poison. The antidote was ineffective because we were talking, so we needed to take the medicine. As he spoke, he pulled out the antidote. Known as "but this poison is too strong. The internal organs will be burned like a normal person. This is an action that the homeowner will regret until death when the master quickly destroys it." "You bastard, aren't you already poisoned?" He felt surprised because his master's internal force was still used normally. That poison called yin-yang was so powerful that even Ryu Yian had to admit. However, with Dan Dean especially in the body, everything is fine when the poison is neutralized. Since drinking invisible poison, Master has not had to fear any kind of poison from severe to mild. You can consider your body. The current Master is invincible to all poisons. How unreasonable is it for you to overcome poison with poison? I know you wanted to kill me when I was young, but I didn't expect you to hate me to the core like this. From now on I will no longer treat you as the little brother from before, but as Ryu Yeon. I will give you the last chance to live. I really don't think you can separate yourself. One ring of blood and inflammation spread out all over this central plains. There is definitely someone behind all of this and controlling the Tang sect of Sichuan. Master wants to use internal force to slow down the process of spreading the poison and needs add more information. In addition, if the old man refuses to listen, the master can also control the blood to make the poison spread faster in the body. Tang Jigok can't say many things clearly, just remind to that person. He thought that even if Ryu Yeon lived, he would still change this world that he held tightly in the palm of his hand. Just as he was about to reveal his true identity, a pursued shot from somewhere was aiming at the homeowner. A powerful shot shot straight through the temple, causing Tang Jigok to die before he could deny it. Master Ryu Yeon recognized this move as the magic sword creating pellet technique. Is a quite familiar martial art. In the past, that killer move killed many subordinates of the demon sect. However, now it appears not because of martial arts but only with the intention of wanted to destroy the mouth. Master used his palm to destroy the roof of the building to create an open space. Then he flew up to try to locate the culprit. That internal force very small, but with my own strength, I discovered it. They were 17 miles away but they could hit with precision. The story of the explosive unicorn is being expanded more and more. It's no longer a simple matter. Many forces are behind Tang Mon Sichuan's drums to cause chaos in martial arts. Master Ryu Yeon hasn't dared to confirm who they are, but he only knows that they are very strong. Hearing the explosion, dozens of Tang sect's disciples immediately ran to the scene. They realized the location was a place where the homeowner often came to rest, but they were already late and could only see their master's silhouette. Ryu Yeon. Someone on the roof immediately caught the intruder. Don't let him escape alive. There's no way, so the master will definitely have to clean up the scene of what he just did. The next morning, the Namgung Mae rescue group left the J-Gal family to set out. When they had gone a short distance, they encountered loggers. Before long, they were facing Luke Lam. Run J-Gal Mi while fighting and talking to the members. We don't have time for this and we still have to find the old man nicknamed Ash Tree. If we ignore the Green Forest camp pests, how can you call yourself a gentleman? Ah Joan also rushed into danger and felt very excited because he was able to fight with his benefactor. At Eun Ryong's side, he reminded everyone that there were too many enemies. Don't get injured or you won't be able to heal them in time. Master didn't participate in the battle, but he admired the snake class. The children cooperated quite well. Master Ryu Yeon's father really raised her well. Anyway, it's not like the usual Green Forest group because this team moves very synchronously. They look like they've been trained on the battlefield. This battle will definitely be prolonged and the difficult situation is gradually becoming clearly visible. Simply put, it looks like robbery but it is organized properly from the formation to the use of overwhelming numbers of abilities, of the snake class. Ju Duk-hwa immediately understood that someone had to teach them how to fight so orderly. To end the fight, the children should deal with that guy, but I'm curious. Who will notice that? Right in the center of the class, the whole class is surrounded by martial artists with a second level. In terms of strength, it can't be that difficult. The more you fight, the more tired you get. The number of the Green Forest is too large. The more you fight them, the more you can't count them. If it keeps like that, with only 5 people, there will be no way to last and will join forces first. Suddenly Miss Gao, with her sharp observation, noticed the difference in this chaotic crowd. In front of her she saw a flag bearer creating a siege. There was nothing wrong with the bandits. Organized like in the army. Immediately Gal Mi pointed out that the bastard who was giving orders needed to deal with him first. Very soon the 2 best masters in martial arts and light attack in the group suddenly passed through the encirclement to approach. He stood on a high mound with no one to protect him and no weapons to fight back, so it was easy to defeat him. Knowing that it was impossible to resist this guy, immediately threw away the war flag and used the flute to signal the area. Not far away, the Green Foresters patrolling the mountain also recognized the sound calling for help. It had been a long time since something like this happened to him. He quickly ran all the way back to the boss's place to report the situation. The big brother lying deep in the cave was sleeping peacefully because he drank a lot of alcohol last night. He was a bit angry when he was informed by his juniors. There's something going on. The subordinates heard the alarm sound of flutes and guessed that someone was trying to attack us. I don't know who they are, but touching us would be insane. Just he said as he used his big arm to pick up the familiar demon mask and put it on. I need to see the faces of these bastards who dare to wake up this Master Jang Wang. Luke Lam is a group. The organization of these brutal and ruthless robbers is like a beehive. Ah Kao was accepted as the boss of this group of robbers and he was tied up last when the other members were thrown into a corner. Gal Mi used jungle rope to temporarily tie this group up and Eun Ryong did not rest to help her fellow students quickly. Should I go another round? It seems like you guys don't have much experience in martial arts. After saying that, he shouted to use the ropes over there, it will be much more secure. If you tie your hands in front of us like that, we can still jump and pounce. And fight back. To make sure no one runs away, tie us up behind our backs like this. Be careful not to hurt your hands, the small sticks are sharper than you think and before tying them up, knock us out. It has to be like this, even if you want to escape, it will be a waste of effort. From the time Gal Mi was born until now, Gal Mi has never seen a type with such hyperactivity. Morong Bo plans to send the Flood Cruel to the Martial Arts League, but right now it's not necessary because we have to let the other merchant group go far away safely. While the two were discussing and didn't know how to handle it, a huge axe flew towards them. The person who threw it was definitely the leader of the bandits who had just received the news. Just a basic weapon made the small area shaken. Why would you dare lay hands on my subordinates? Jang Wang spoke and pulled out the axe. When the smoke and dust drifted away, he also noticed that in front of him were only children whose noses were not clean. The thugs began to scream with joy when they saw the killer. Personally came to the rescue. Jang Wang was a bit confused as to why all the thieves could lose to children, but no one dared to deny. I will use my own hands to teach you, you ignorant people. Because I can't fight with children. Get ready, I will train you until you're half dead. Morong Bo felt that the opponent was too strong, he emitted a powerful aura. How could the island think he was just the leader of the bandits? Eun Ryong always thought more openly and as the leader of the group, she comforted her friends that it would be okay. More or less, there was still a master. He is equally strong but now he is also lost. Who should we start with, one or all at once? Jang Wang spoke up. Not to mention the martial arts position, just looking at that huge interface is enough to make the snakes afraid to show their face to take a beating. Let me, a disciple of this famous gang in the world, fight. Ah Joan's luck seems to change. Facing everyone. Using the advantage of having the superior light attack technique, the boy just blinked and disappeared. It's not difficult to get close and throw a punch straight at the body of the bandit leader. I heard that the guild's chief magician can hit dragonskin, but now I think it's more reasonable to catch flies. Ah Joan couldn't cause any damage because the opponent's body was like a giant stone. This was the strength of a body trained to the limit. Jang Wang shouted and then puffed out his chest and sent the boy flying. According to the force of inertia, he was pushed back dozens of meters away and luckily did not suffer any internal injuries. Only then did Ah Joan understand why no one in the snake class dared to come forward to confront the leader. This kid is stronger than the other snakes. Is that age? I understand why those who harm my family failed. You're also quite talented, why don't you try to train your physical body with me? The words are full of meaning as if you want to grab the disciple by the neck. Coming back to make toys scared the boy. When the situation reached this point, the snake class had to run to help. If one couldn't, then 5 people would join forces. They all held weapons and surrounded Jang. Wang made him feel more excited than ever. This is a wise decision as well as a reward, so I will fight seriously. The rescue squad rushed in simultaneously to suppress the bandit leader. The next period of time continued. Not long after, the situation was like this. One Pyo tried to regain consciousness and then screamed because he was haunted by the heavy punches. He was the last to wake up because his other friends also encountered the exact same situation. The Shaolin disciple unconsciously said many profanities and asked about this place. Then Gal Mi said the whole class had been beaten and stayed here. The whole class of snakes was beaten unconscious and tied up and was brought into the cave by the loggers. It's quite good compared to a prison with enough warm straw to sleep on. I think I could live here all my life. Ah Joan feels very satisfied. I mean, if he doesn't go save his benefactor, he will. If he comes from a state where he can sleep on the street, this place is great. I don't have enough time to adapt, so I don't want to fight with him. What did those bandits do? Gal Mi felt regretful. Marang Bo immediately objected because helping civilians is the responsibility of a classy martial artist. Eun Ryong turned to ask Ah Joan where Master Dragon was. Why didn't you come and save me? I'm sure he was hiding somewhere and went to sleep. The whole class just talked for the rest of the day, then from outside came the sound of Ah Kan's laughter. He and his juniors left. Come check and bring more food and drinks. The fragrant smell of meat makes everyone forget that they are locked up. You're hungry, aren't you, because you're still young? You have to fill your stomach with a lot. It's too much, please take it out quickly, but the sound of swallowing saliva can be heard. Is there anyone who can't eat duck blood pudding? Luckily for you guys, we're having a party so we have plenty of food. Just say if you don't eat enough because in addition we also make some stir-fried vegetables and boiled vegetables. In this world, there are thieves. Are that good? I thought I would feed them leftover rice and beat them to death, but they didn't. Ah Joan quickly swallowed 3 mouthfuls and asserted that they were not bad people because no bad people would share food. So everyone had to sit down to prepare for breakfast. One Pyo chanted a spell to stay away from salty foods, but his hand still quickly picked up 2 pieces of meat and put them in his mouth. Aren't you guys careful at all? Don't tell me you guys trust those bastards. Marang Bo comforted the doubtful girl about the truth in order to regain her religion. The leader here is a martial arts expert. Let's recover your energy and find a way to escape for sure. Then, in the opposite prison, a voice rang out, making Gal Mi lose her mind. The too familiar voice belonged to Namgung Son, the daughter of the Namgung family. Dear seniors, you guys are over here. Have you all been arrested already, or why is the sound echoing over there? Gal Mi was so busy that she thought the bandits had been beaten to death by her sister. It's over and rescue everyone. The truth is that Namgung Son was also captured and locked up, but he didn't have enough skills to save him. It turns out that the road to find Namgung Mae is more difficult than everyone thought. This place has delicious food. If I have a chance to leave here, I will pay 10 times my salary to hire the guy who cooked this dish. I also lost at the hands of the man who called himself the leader of the Green People. Is this a good thing? Namgung Son knew that person's name was Jang Won and laughed out loud. Even if he lost, he would still be happy. If the fire dragon sword is defeated, even 2 layers of snakes working together will not necessarily be able to defeat the top name here. However, it must be fate. I did not think that I would meet my sister-in-law again in such circumstances. Hey. Gal Mi blushed so much that she thought she was associated with Namgung Hee, but in fact it was Namgung Mae. What does senior mean, because we are just childhood friends? In Namgung Son's prison, there was another familiar, hoarse voice. It's unbelievable that Yu Ah Rin, the flower of Luke Dean Na Mi sect, was also arrested and imprisoned here. Next, when she heard the news that her husband was missing, she secretly escaped from the White Dojo to search for. On the way, this beauty also encountered a group of green foresters who were robbing. So it was a matter of fighting between both sides. It's normal, but the ending is the same. There's not much time left. I have to quickly escape from here to continue looking for my husband. With this many concubines, everyone thinks it's very easy. There are 2 guards in the prison. They will patrol every 2 hours, and as soon as they arrive there will be enough time. Gal Mi is calculating like a god, but if you want to be able to leave, you have to break the iron bars like that. It's so noisy. Suddenly outside the prison there's a sound like fighting. Is it the Dragon Master who has come? Hey guys, please follow me outside because your boss, there's something I want to see. The whole group was chained up and led away in a row just like prisoners of war. God forbid we could avoid the meal, so why not call after we finished eating? I thought you were human. Why are you so disappointed? Why did he want to meet us? The location of their camp was built in a quite strategic area. It is very difficult to attack in a position like this, and it also allows the thieves to be able to fight back against any attack. J. Gal Mi is curious if those mobs was advised by a famous military advisor or not. When the class arrived, there was a party outside, filled with food and drink, filled with only laughter and the sound of clinking glasses. The atmosphere was quite cheerful. No one was killed or humiliated, it was just a cup of wine. Not only that, Ju Duk-hwa's grandfather was also at a table enjoying himself, asking for more alcohol because it was too little. Jang Won was also there, next to him, and both seemed to be very happy even though it was just their first meeting. Seeing the kids in the afternoon, he immediately ordered his subordinates to untie them and not beat them. "You guys should come here quickly. I heard that all of you are this guy's disciples, right? Even though we attacked, we decided to take pity on you and release you, so we went over there to eat whatever we wanted." Ju Duk-hwa raised the bowl of wine and wanted to drink more to thank him for his kindness. The guy is really nice. Jang Won-tran accepted for a long time and just nodded but still said it's not all. "I really like these two big guys, so you guys were released and the children will stay here." Nam-gung-seon was munching on a chicken leg when he angrily banged on the table and refused again and again. "I don't think so. Even though I lost to you, I am also the eldest daughter of the Nam-gung family, I refuse to kneel before you. Lam Camp. I also have an agreement with my fiancé, so I'm sorry, we'll figure it out later. Some people are too harsh, others want to find a husband. Do you think I'm a child or what? I'm the law here." Ju Duk-hwa is also curious as to what those two terrible women are doing here. So I softly asked the leader, "Please, big brother Jang Won, please let them leave because there are still many people outside who are having a hard time. Although your request is a bit too much, it's out of respect. My love won't be able to give up." The leader found a good way to satisfy both sides if the rescue group agreed. He pushed aside the dining table and created a small space and jumped back to sit facing the boy. "Dragon Master. As long as Master wins this arm wrestling game, I will agree to let everyone go. The rule is very simple. Only use physical body, not internal force, which sounds a bit lame. A real man has to prove himself through humiliation. Are you ready?" Ju Duk-hwa nodded in agreement and rolled up his sleeves, preparing to compete in strength. Jang Won, seeing Master Dragon's biceps being so big, knowing that this person exercises his biceps every night, is truly admirable. On the opposite side, the Luke Lam leader is equally as big as his 9-pack muscles, making people feel scared. Scared to stand near. Before doing anything, Ju Duk-hwa also asked why he was trying to keep the other two kids here, since they were still women. Even though it was like that, it was pretty cool. This kid has the qualifications to become my disciple. Jang Won shouted and pointed at Yu Ah-rin, saying that it was like a gift from God. I won't let it slip away. Don't miss this opportunity. After speaking, the leader flexed his arms and twisted it back a few times without telling him. The Dragon Master held his breath and almost spilled his pants because the thrust was too strong. If he didn't try, he would lose Nam-gung-seon and Yu Ah-rin. The children of the snake class could only accept it and continuously shouted and cheered for their master, who was considered a lifesaver at this time. Ju Duk-hwa grimaced all over his face and trembled as he tried to keep up. While talking to the bandit leader, he put all his strength into it and casually said that he was one of the 3 nobles of the Jonghu. Don't talk nonsense. As far as I know, the 3 nobles are all over 100 years old. There's no such thing as a young man like you. Jang Won gritted his teeth and sweated, saying he didn't want to be friends with that liar anymore. The person you mentioned could be my master because I'm the leader, the 6th generation of the dragon family. These words have no value anymore because the regulations on using physical bodies are no longer effective. Jang Won shouted, exuding strong energy, I hate the speaker the most. Lie. There was no need to be friends anymore. Both had to use their internal strength to put all their energy into their arms to see who was the tenser. The juniors in Luke Lam saw that and knew the leader was about to go crazy, so they left. Running away. It's true that they lived a long time, so it's not strange for them to only ignore the explosion that caused chaos throughout a mountainous area. In this storm, no one knew that those 2 high-class masters were gone. Somewhere else, dozens of eyes were looking frantically. Ah Joan shouted and was above Jang Won, and the storm sword were punching each other suspended in the air. Although the former member of the Black Flower Draft used martial arts, because he was at a high level, He was very comfortable with long-range attacks. What he did was a profound martial arts expert trying to check if the person wearing the hat and making jokes about the sword master was really a person. True. Master Dragon feels that arm wrestling has been pushed too far, so he will definitely have to fight with all his might. If he doesn't win, he will be ashamed of the children and will also be known as a fierce swordsman. Only knew how to talk. In response to that killer move, the Dragon Master jumped up, approached and hit him with a kick technique. Because he was caught off guard, Jang Won took the entire blow and landed flat on his face. The arm wrestling game is considered to have ended temporarily. It can be said that Yu Ah-rin and eldest daughter Namgung did not have to stay at Luke Lam camp to wash dishes and cook rice. It is a shame that a master martial artist is to be the leader of the lowly bandits. Everything seemed to be done. The Dragon Master looked at the students and asked to leave because it was too late here. But he was wrong because the leader was still live with Grimace. Only with that kind of strength can you lie to yourself that you are a windstorm sword or something like that. You can't deal damage through this layer of muscles that have been trained for decades. Ju Duk Hwa repeatedly denied it, but it must have been difficult to chew when he fought that much and the opponent remained impassive. Out like nothing. Anyone who looks at it can see that the attack of one of the three famous warriors is not enough. From the beginning, the Snake class and Dragon class were not opponents that the kids could handle. Jang Won's facial veins are showing, every muscle in his body is dancing in response, wanting to punch each other again. Only if those muscles agree that he is telling the truth, otherwise he will always be just a gossip. Oh well, he rushed in again. The Dragon Master saw that his opponent was too excited, and if there was a real fight, this place would be crushed. He immediately used the true dragon's energy to help the bandit leader calm down. Mentality. Boom. Just stomping your feet and a solid rock wall will be created to block the speed. This method is relatively weak because Jang Won's physical body is no different than a stone statue being hit. There's an explosion there. Since you're a member of the Black Flower Eagle, you have to fight to be worthy of that rank. My friend is really terrible. What should I do to make him believe that I'm the sword master? If you are truly a high-class sword king, then defeat me with the sword on your shoulder. Okay, it's so simple. Ju Duk Hwa pulled out his sword and used the edge of the knife to tap the back of his head, causing he fainted. Should I have said it from the beginning? Wouldn't it have taken so long? The children cheered again when they saw the Dragon Master was so tense. Just one shot was enough to make the bandit leader beautiful. It's true that a high-class sword king easily subdued a barbarian that we couldn't. Who touched a famous person? The situation started off again when Jang Won was just pretending to be bad at it. You did a great job, but how can that skill compare to the leader of the group? Can we? Maybe we should change our thinking and fight with all the strength we have. Realizing that the opponent wasn't lying, the logger leader did something that made everyone who saw it wonder what they look so similar. Jang Won wears the ghost mask on his face and actually sees the Dragon Master as an opponent to defeat. Going in is easy, drinking alcohol is fun, but wanting to get out is too difficult. I don't want to use any of the true energy of the wise dragon god. Isn't that mask the same as Master Ryu Yian? Is he also a black flower frangipani? One Pyo rubbed his bald head and wondered what the two girls were talking about. I've been paying attention all this time. I've been saying for a long time that Master Ryu Yian is the leader of the Black Flower King. Overhearing that conversation, the master quickly asked the other person if he knew anyone named Ryu Yian. You mean my leader? Jang Won also asked again about the information. It's true that it's Master Ryu Yian, and then again, are you talking about Ryu Yian, who is rumored to be a martial arts teacher at the White Dojo? But according to the Black Orchid, that bastard is an imposter manipulated by Martial Arts Alliance. No one knows where our leader really is. Your information is wrong because, sir, that Ryu Yian woman is real and has been proven by force. I'm not even sure if you're the King of Swords or something like that, so how can I believe it? J. Gal Mi quickly went up to talk about it. His master's preferences were told to the leader. Master hates eating roasted peanuts without alcohol, and he doesn't like eating cucumbers without peeling them. Jang Won screams, it's unbelievable that this is secret information that only Black Flower Dye knows. It's true, the bandit leader knelt down and whispered, so he was actually at the White Dojo that day. After that, he sent his subordinates to prepare another tray of wine, so that I could introduce myself as Jang Wang, the leader of Team 3 of the Black Flower organization. So, are you all disciples of the leader? If you are a disciple, then everyone is also my junior brother and sister. From now on, call out Big Brother, Jang Wang, smile like gold. The age gap is a bit large, but for everyone. For the children, everyone would like to have a senior brother like this. No wonder why the Green Forest Group is organized like an army. It turns out that he is the only one who teaches. The leader sees that the other guys don't have any. Nothing bad is just lack of food, which they often take risks. They say that their house has fallen into the hands of tyrants and they had to go to the mountain to gather and become thieves. The fate to become human being the leader here is also quite strange when Jang Wang intended to accept the government's favor to capture all of them. But when we did it, we felt sorry for them and helped them, and they also wanted us to become the leader and led them. Everyone. During the training process, these people became independent and we settled here. Our martial arts focus on external techniques, so physical training is extremely important. These two kids are extremely suitable to learn it, but they come from the Na-Mi and Namgung families, which is a pity. Yu Ah-rin was eating and drinking while thinking about Namgung Mae. Everyone in their minds imagined the husband being tortured by the demon cultists and the food wouldn't pass through his throat. From the side there was a mumbling sound that looked very impolite, so the beauty turned to look. You seem very hungry, so please eat the whole plate of fish. Ah-rin kindly gave it to Ah-joon. The gang disciple was chewing deliciously when he felt something wasn't quite right. Sharing food so precious, what does this mean? Why is my heart beating so fast? According to what he knows, Ah-joon believes that this type of care is the love between men and women that beggars often talk about. If there's anything I can do to help, please say it, because it's sad if my brothers ask me to not be able to do it. Gal-Mi took the initiative to tell her brother about the code name Ash Tree. What everyone means is Da Dio Yu Lu is also a member of Black Flower Dai, the most famous information gathering organization in the world. So is that person also a disciple of Master Ryu Yian? Offering money for saying this, but that old man who loves money is also a friend of mine in Black Hua Dai. He now manages an organization that is very small in number, but the scope of activities is very large. Why do people I want to go look for the spot Yu Lu? Jang Wang kept asking Gal questions and then mentioned the name Namgung Mae. I think I've heard of this person somewhere before. After being expelled from school, this kid had to listen. The old man's words were that he did all the work so as not to be scolded by his family as being harmful. After being expelled from school, this kid had to listen. The old man's words were that he did all the work so as not to be scolded by his family as being harmful. The whole class exclaimed who he was. Disappeared. Is he still alive and has he passed through here? Although his temperament is quite different from our brothers, is he also a true disciple of the leader? Everyone felt so relieved when their fellow student wasn't captured by the demon cult, but still asked why he didn't return. The news about the youngest brother was over. Namgung Son immediately asked his older brother. In the whole house, there's only one person. Why do you see anyone with older black skin, sir? It's just my comrades and that child, and I also heard that you two will come to the gold dust cleansing ceremony of Tanhua. Thuong. It sounded a bit strange, so Dao Sun immediately asked why he came to such a hot-talking place. When talking to my friend, he said they were on their way to collect blood inflammation pills. From this incident, we can know that that terrible medicinal pill has been widely smuggled into the Central Plains. The noble Shem Bek is a great elder of the righteous sect, but behind the scenes he is not responsible at all. Intend to use every means to achieve his pleasures. In the process, this person often accumulates the resentment of many people, and in order for the gold dust cleansing ceremony to go smoothly, he promises to provide medicine to those who fight for him. The medicine that everyone what I'm looking forward to is the blood inflammation mono ring of the demon religion. According to information from Da Diem Yu Lu, the blood inflammation mono ring will be infected tonight. Security is tightened, so we will check the location of the previous warehouse. On the same day that the festival takes place, we will take advantage of the chaos and take the medicinal pills away. Black Orchid proposed a quite comprehensive plan but did not give details, just reminded Namgung Mae today, just relax and have fun. You feel the need to find out news about the monk, so please go out. Don't do useless things but come back early before the practice." Having finished speaking, the two went their separate ways so as not to attract the attention of the hidden intelligence forces. Namgung Mae went out into the street, where it was crowded and bustling. There were many martial artists, most of them possibly he came because he wanted to get a medicinal pill. Suddenly there was an incident in front of him that caught his attention. A 90-year-old man was bowing to martial artists to ask them to kill Tantu. No one believed everything he said, and he kept asserting that his son's death was partly due to that old man Shim Beck. Why did he blame it on that day when his son committed suicide, planning to find someone with leftovers to earn some money? Is it okay to drink alcohol? It seems like there's a lot of hidden meaning behind the story, so he doesn't know how to explain it to them. Shim Beck is a famous idol with many admirers and he has a lot of fans. If he wants to meet his son like that, then I will grant you your wish. How could Namgung Mae, a person who worships righteousness, sit still and watch like that? He immediately ran to help the old man before his throat was cut. Black Orchid had told him not to make a fuss, but the streets were gradually paying attention to this incident.